Welcome, I'm Dr. Mobgrinder. In this video, we're going to be going over the tag and scoreboard commands. If you're here for the supplement to the Death Note tutorial video, you've come to the right place. If not, no worries. I think you'll still find this video informative. Now, the tag command we use to track and target specific players or groups of players, while the scoreboard command we use to store and display data. So actually, the first thing we're going to want to do is set up our scoreboard. So we're going to go / to open up that screen. And just like other commands, there's this very helpful feature here where as you're typing these things out, the game will actually guide you through it and give you suggestions on what you may intend to type next. So as you can see there, I typed in player dummy, okay? But you can name your dummy whatever you want. Points, dollars, doesn't matter. So next we're going to do scoreboard objectives, set display, sidebar, and now I'll just type in that name player again. And as you can see to the right of your screen, now our player scoreboard is visible. We're going to leave this impulse unconditional needs redstone for now. So this is our tag command. Pay very close attention to here. So we're testing for a player that does not have a tag yet. We don't want players assigned multiple tags. So this one will be player 1. Next, we've got chain, conditional, always active. Again, pause the video as often as you need to. There's a lot of information in a very short period of time here. So again, we've got our player 1. We're testing for the player with that tag, and we're going to add basically 1 point of player to the scoreboard. And I'll show you what that looks like next. So as you can see to the right of your screen, it's now showing 1 next to my name under player, right? And now 2. So essentially player 1, player 2, player 3, and so on. Chain, conditional, always active. Here we're selecting where we want that scoreboard to be displayed. And then lastly, chain conditional, always active. All we're doing is clearing the first block in the chain so that chain dies and we don't end up with 2 players who have the same tag. Again, we'll leave this impulse unconditional needs redstone for now. As you can see here, the only thing that's changed is we changed the 1 to a 2. So everywhere that we had a 1 previously, all we're doing is changing it to our 2 or player 2. The last 2 blocks exactly the same. So what I'm doing here is loading in a pre-saved structure. It's all just copies of the first 2 chains that I already showed you. Identical copies, right? So now we're going to go in. We'll do one step by step together here. We're going to change this to player 3. And we're going to confirm that everything reflects that we're adding a 3rd player to the chain. All right, now we're going to activate this particular chain and see what happens. So we got repeat, unconditional, always active. And as you can see, the block vanished, and now there's a 1 next to my name. So now I would be considered player 1 in this system. So we'll go ahead and activate our next 2 chains and test these out a little bit. I think to properly demonstrate this, though, I'm going to need to bring in the big guns. My old friend, Dr. Mop Grinder, number 2. So as you can see, as soon as he came in, that second command block vanished, and now Mob Grinder number 2 is listed as player number 2 on our scoreboard. Now, if you don't like that scoreboard there, or if you want it intermittent on and off, you can go back into scoreboard, objectives, set display, sidebar, but don't add any scoreboard. And just like that, it will clear. And then to get it back, all you need to do is finish the command with the name of your scoreboard. So now to further demonstrate how this is working, we're going to go ahead and reset all the attributes at Dr. Mob Grinder number 2. So you can see he disappeared from the scoreboard. And see what happens when I remove that tag from him, tag 2, or player 2, I should say. And just like that, it was quick, but if you notice, the third command block vanished. And now that player has a 3 above below their name and on their icon, and a 3 next to their name on the scoreboard, which would he would then be identified as player number 3. So now I'd like to tie this in with the Death Note video that's about to launch. So as you can see here, I have in my hand a Death Note. We're going to change that name in the Death Note to player 3. I'm going to go into the command and change the tag to player 3. This is where it all ties in, okay? The tag and the scoreboard, right? And as you can see, the program effect only targeted a player that had the player 3 tag. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to check out that Death Note tutorial, there'll be a link right about here. And I'll catch you on the next one.